everybody, and welcome to the next channeling of the Ascension Teachings. If you're not familiar with me, my name is Kimberley and I channel the beings of the light. And today I'll be channeling Archangel Raziel. So Raziel was voted on by members of our Patreon community, and we have some members joining us today. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hello.
All right, so before I bring Raziel through, I'm going to read out a pre-channeled message. All right. So the message is, dear ones, the magic of the universe is within you and expressed through you in frequency of vibration of universal divine love. The magic of the universe can be harnessed through you through alchemy, through shaping your physical reality experience through divine essence that connects all that is. You are awakening to how limitless you truly are, and it is my intention to come through to show you how magical, how divine alchemy is your birthright and how you create through divine love. You are awakening to God realization that you are God, source, the universe, and all that is. And now is the time to awaken and enhance your God creator abilities within, exclamation mark. All right, so that's Raziel. And yeah, looking forward to bringing Raziel through. He's a fun, well, even though archangels aren't really male or female, he does have a bit of a masculine energy and a bit of a fun wizard vibe. So yeah, looking forward to bringing Raziel through. So without further ado, I'm going to go now into trance and bring forth Raziel for you. Well, hello, dear ones. It is Raziel coming through, and I wanted to come through in this way, dear ones. Do you know just how grandiose you are? Do you just know how magical you are? For you are the magic of the universe. You are all that is. You are the universe expressed uniquely in your own unique vibration. You are the magic keepers. You are God creators, and you are awakening to this fact, to the truth of who you are. For far too long, you have perceived yourself to be limited, to be third-dimensional beings. But you are much more, and you have the power of the universe within you. You have all the technologies within you to co-create magic within you, to create your realities through harnessing the powers of the universe, through harnessing the powers of all that is, through alchemy, through accessing the divine current that runs through all of life. It is the same current that runs within you, through you, that allows you to shape, to create effect in yourself and others in your reality. For there is no separation, dear ones. Only love exists. The source code that creates your very being, that creates all life, that expands all that is the foundation of all that is we would say, an energetic foundation, an intelligence platform, an intelligence code that can be programmed like your computers, your technologies, think of it as this. Think of it as an intelligence that all other programs can be added, can be shaped to still hold the will of the one, hold the will of all that is, the divine will, yet can shape its experience and expression of it. So, in terms of computers and programs, think of what you are going through now is a software update. Of course, you are not computers. You are divine beings of oneness. Yet you have technologies within you that is far beyond your comprehension. And we like to use this analogy of software and computers because it gives you an indication of certain shifts within you that affects the whole network, because you are a network. You are a collective consciousness, expressed uniquely, but all connected to the oneness of all that is. And when there is a shift in one, there is a shift in all, for there is no separation, dear ones. So understand here, if you want to change the world, if you want to expand the world, all you need to do is expand within. It's to go within and to align yourself to the oneness within, to the magic within, to unity within. And by doing this within, it'll be expressed outwardly, for all is connected. And this is the key here, for you to tap in and harness the magic of the universe, to use divine alchemy and all its expansive qualities, is for you to recognize the technologies that reside within is also residing outside of you. And it's about harnessing these perspectives. It is about using this knowledge of the mirror system, of knowing that whatever exists outside is within you, that the universe is within you, and shaping these technologies to align to this higher truth of who you are, that you're one. And because the magic can only be expressed through you, through frequency. Through frequency is the true nature of the universe. It is the true nature of who you are. You are frequency. And it is through frequency where you can create change, where you can utilize divine magic, divine alchemy, where you can shift and shape your reality experience, your emotional states, the vibration of self through frequency, through understanding who you are. But for you to further unlock this key is to know that you do have the powers within you. That you are connected to the oneness of all that is. And if you can see the clues in your reality within you, you can harness these portals to the outer world through the inner worlds, because it is their gateways in the inner worlds that reflect to the outer worlds. You have the power to shape change, to shape your reality, to tap into the powers of all that is through frequency, through alchemy. But for this to be manifested in your abilities, you were tasked to raise your perception of self, knowing that you are worthy of this, knowing that you are God creators, knowing that you are beyond a third dimensional perspective. Yes, you are playing your life out in a third dimensional reality, a perception of it. But you are much more, and you are also experiencing life in all other dimensions at once. This is just a pin drop of who you are. in your current experience. And the third dimension has allowed you to experience amnesia, has allowed you to forget who you are, only for you to ask these questions, only for you to have passion ignited within you to find out more of who you are, to allow the search for answers, create ripple effects throughout all that is. It is a polarity system that shapes evolution through all that is. It is a polarity system that expands all that is. By you living and breathing in your current experience allows you to tap into these expansion mechanisms that you are expressing life through. The collective is moving beyond that third dimensional paradigm. Yes, but many of you are still attached to it. It's still in your vibrational field. But understand this has shifted. It's time to open your eyes, dear ones. Open your senses to who you truly are. That you are truly multidimensional in nature. That who you are is existing in many different worlds, many different universes, many different paradigms. And many of you are starting to have awareness of this. Understand that who you are in remembrance of your God state already exists. The you are trying to seek, that you are trying to expand into, is already existing. And you will be able to bring that through into your conscious awareness, physical reality in the now, when you become vibrational resonance with it. For all is resonance, all is vibration, all is energy. And energy must match with other energy in a certain frequency range to allow it to come into its existence in this reality. And this is how you manifest. And this is how you remember more of who you are. This is how you remember that you are God, that you are connected with all that is, that you are the magicians and the wizards and the alchemists, that you are all the beings of light, that you are the universe and all that is, that you are God, expressed uniquely. Because you are God expressed uniquely, you have all the abilities within you. It's only through vibration where you can access that and remember this for yourself. So let go of those limitations, dear one. You are much more than who you think you are. You are worthy, for you are God. You are capable because you are God. And all that is in your multidimensional nature is assisting you every step of the way. So raise your perception of self, dear ones. Know that the magic of the universe runs through your very vessel. And you have all the codes within you, within your very blood. And it is the same codes that runs throughout the waters of Gaia, Mother Earth. It's the same waters that runs within you and all that is throughout the universe. Oneness is you, God is you, love is you. So be you, embrace you in all your beautiful colors. You are all the colors of the rainbow. So go express your uniqueness. It is in your uniqueness where you harness the powers of all that is, where you can embody and embrace who you are. And by embracing all who you are authentically, you allow yourself to open more doors, more remembrance of who you are. Because if you are resisting parts of you, you are resisting this magic to be expressed from you. And you are here to express all of who you are. So be you, unapologetically you, because who you are is perfect, is divine, is magical. So spread your colors, share your magic, share your gifts, express your truth, express your love. Because it is through love where you tap in to the powers of creation, dear one. And it is with such love that we come through today, dear one. Because you are one. And you know what we speak of, dear ones. all the wisdom and all that is within you. As you believe it could be, it will be. It is through frequency. It is through the heart portal. You can access this remembering and access all your abilities of the God you expressed in physicality, D1. And how are you expressing your magic, D1s? Are you recognizing who you are? Are you recognizing the multidimensional reflection of the universe? How are you exploring this, D1s? Anyone care to share?
I'll go.
Hello, D1.
So expressing who I am uniquely to the universe is what feels natural, and allowing even the things I do not prefer to be expressed, and accepting all my colors. So if it is anger or sadness, including laughter and joy, it's allowing all aspects of me to be expressed. And I would say there are things I'm sure I'm not expressing because they are hidden fears for me, or they're unknown, or they've been so suppressed for so long, they are not necessarily being expressed. But it's okay because they always come up to the surface anyways in divine timing. So that is what I am personally working on. Just allowing myself to be as is.
D1. And this is how you reclaim your magic. By understanding who you are in this present time continuum is already the full expression of all that is in this dimensional state, in your current dimensional state of this reality. So you can never, we would say, get to a higher point in your expression because you're already at your highest point in this vibration, in this dimension, which means you're already perfect and there's nowhere you need to head to, which means you are not limited, which means you're already expressing life fully in alignment with who you are in this present reality, in your present dimensional state. So by you knowing this, you can let go of the resistance to becoming more magical. Some of you judge your journeys and you want to express more of your abilities and you want to have more higher states of enlightenment. So because of this comparison on your own journey, you judge yourself and you see yourself as less than, and you see yourself as having something missing. But understand here, you are already in its highest expression, wherever you are in the stage of your journey. So if you can let go of the resistance to where you are in your journey, you allow yourself to remember more of the magic. You free up, we would say, energetic space within you to unlock more of your wisdom. And understand that it is through the power of embracing your emotions where you create alchemy. Alchemy is an expression of creating change through your emotional states, because your emotional states is energy. And it is a very potent energy that shapes your reality. And what's the precursor for your emotions is your thoughts. Through your thoughts and emotions creates an alchemic effect, creates a vibration, shapes codes. So for you to use magic, for you to be the alchemist in your reality, you can use the power of your emotions to co-create in your reality. But to do this, you are to get acquainted to your emotions, not to repress your emotions, not judge your emotions, but to utilize them, understanding that there are powerful potions here, powerful tools for you to create magic. And because they're powerful tools, there's no emotion that is wrong. You have the ability to change the emotions, to transmute by adding emotions, by adding intentions, becoming a creative creator here. Yes, you are God creator, so you can be creative with this. Use your intentions, use your visualizations, communication with these aspects of you that you have repressed, that you have judged. If you're having negative emotion, great. You can use this in alchemy. You can shift it into your heart space. You can play with this. You can transmute it by practicing loving acceptance. You can further assist in this practice of loving this dimension of you by using visualization. Because you have these tools of visualization, you can imagine your heart opening, sending love to yourself, sending a love to others, sending your love to those that you believe have done wrong by you. There is so much magic for you to explore here. And understand here that through technologies of sound and light, of intention, you shift all. You create all. There is much going on here behind the veil of your reality. And you're starting to remember this for yourself. So trust your abilities. Trust in the power of visualization, of imagination, because that's just you tapping into dimensions. Follow the intuition. Follow the wisdom within. Practicing acceptance of all that is. And this is when you can tap into alchemy abilities. You can visualize yourself. Bring this emotion into your heart space. You can do many different visualizations here. You can visualize a violet ray of transmutation, covering this emotion within your heart space. Communicate what is it that it's trying to show you about yourself, about your beliefs. Perhaps it is a wounded you in your past. You can send love to this aspect of you. You can open your heart. Visualize this projection of you, this past version of you, and you can visualize your heart opening. Imagine a golden ray of light joining your heart to the heart of you in another version of you, or in another, or in a past dimension of you. You can make the intention to send love. You have the power to do this with yourself and with all others and with all dimensions of you. This is how you create magic. This is how you unite the separate aspects of you into oneness remembrance. And acceptance is key, because it's here we let go of the resistance to allow the universe to flow through you in all its beautiful colors. And yes, some of those colors may not be wanted. You may perceive them to be not wanted. But understand here that great change comes from contrast, from polarity, because it is through polarity that expands you and all that is, and source itself. Is how the universe is created, through polarity. To give the illusion of separateness, to create a mechanism of change, of expansion, of objection. It needs to have that objection of itself, subjective self, to expand. So understand this is, we would say, a powerful technology that you have as a species to do this. It's not a hindrance. It is a power. It is a power that you can harness to expand D1s. Is there any questions today, D1s?
Hello,
Hello, D1.
can you hear me?
I can.
Hi, I'm really excited that you came through. I have a few questions. One of my first question, one of my first question is a bit personal. It's I want to know, like I received a message. I want to know about what is my particular gift that I need to harness to be really like creative, to be really successful, to, you know, have passion in my life. And I've been very confused and struggling with what is it that I'm going to do next in my life in terms of business. And the only two messages I've received is creativity and speech. So speech, the word came in my dream. It's got to do something with speech. And then mum's astrologer was like, oh, she's got to do something creative, you know. And I was just like, well, I don't have any more creativity left. I feel I'm just like very burnt out. I'm just wondering if there's any message that you have for me in terms of what I need to pursue in my next career. And like I'm a bit lost here. So a bit personal message, please.
D1. There is nothing you need to reach. It's about being in the present moment, not thinking about what you need to explore in your next step. For the next step will arrive within you when you are ready. It's about you embracing you in your authentic self, letting go of attachments to how you are successful, what success looks like for you, because this limits you in your expression. If you perceive that some kind of creative endeavor cannot bring you abundance, then you limit this creativity to flow from within you outwardly. So it's about letting go of attachments to our third dimensional perspective, to perceptions of success, of abundance, knowing that if you can be in alignment with your authentic self, then true abundance will flow from this as a side effect. It's about you embracing you. You feel burned out because of the attachments from your outer reality. This has, we would say, temporarily cut you off from the full flow of who you are, being expressed from within you by you feeling your connection with all that is, because you're attaching to outcomes in your physical reality. You are thinking many steps ahead. And understand.
I totally agree with that, actually, because I don't know what to do creatively, because I feel anything I would do creatively is I'm going to put too much pressure on my creativity to bring me abundance. And I don't want to really do that. So this is more of like a question in what should I do in my next business venture, because I feel like I need to start something and I want to start something soon. It's been 5 years that I haven't had a business. So I'm not sure what to do. It doesn't necessarily have to be creative, but if you have any guidance for me, what to explore.
Should. You said should, D1. Should. You should not have to worry about the should. It is about just being, D1. You are thinking many steps ahead. And because of this, but because you are not living in the present moment, you are not aligning to we would say the full potentiality of power being expressed from within you. Because if we would say, think of too much in the future, you're aligning to a future dimension, which you are not in a vibrational reach as yet. So this is why we would say, for you to think many steps ahead, you have not reached that vibration yet. So this is why those ideas cannot flow to you, because you are not in that dimensional vicinity. that vibrational vicinity. So how do you get to that end result that you are seeking for? It's about letting go of that end result by being in the now. You've been conditioned to control, to plan your reality, to allow you to feel safe and secure in your reality, to allow abundance to flow from all activities. But understand, if you can let go of that notion of abundance, let go of the notion of success, just be in the present. And if you can be in the present and express whatever is needed to be expressed in the moment, you will receive the answers to your next step. You have to trust your abilities, Divine. We cannot give you those answers for you because this will take away your power. You are to remember these steps for yourself. Yes, we will guide you every step of the way to give you hints along the way, but you are to take that step. And Divine, it is hiding in plain sight. You just perceive yourself not to be fully capable, or you perceive some creativity in ways that cannot bring you abundance. So we would ask you, Divine, to firstly let go of attachments, to practice raising your perception of self. When you go into your meditations in your quiet space, ask yourself, what am I to focus on today? Make your intention to have your purpose revealed to you. What activities am I supposed to do in this moment? What would you like me to be guided on in this moment? One step at a time. And as you receive the step and as you act on each step, then you'll find, because you have declared to the universe that you're ready to surrender, that you're ready to explore more of who you are, you receive more steps. And this is how the system works. Information will not come to you unless you're ready for it. And yes, Divine, you've already experiencing the power of expressing your voice through creating change, through your creativity. So if you want that to be rebirthed from within you and shaped in new expansive ways, let go of the outcomes, let go if this is something that this will be a career or not. You'll get ideas around this, guidance around this in divine time. We suggest that you keep a diary. We suggest you quiet your mind and make your intentions to receive the information and write down what comes up for you, any messages that comes up for you. We also suggest you record the wisdom that flows from you. If you are having trouble and some resistance, perhaps connect with the oneness outside of you, the oneness of Mother Nature with Gaia. You could be under the moonlight, the stars. Connect. And make the intention for you to record wisdom, to share for yourself, to share with others. Let go of attachments of what information should flow out, what ideas flow out. So practice this through journaling, through actually recording it. And you'll find that information that comes through will give you the next step, because you already have the talent, you already have the capabilities. And you'll find that when you do this, each step at a time, the idea will come to you. But sometimes you disregard some guidance because perhaps they don't make complete sense. Perhaps they do not fit into your environment and your plans. Perhaps you believe that they're not important because perhaps there's more guidance steps. Perhaps you reject them because you believe that it might not make you abundance or that you're not capable. of expressing this wisdom. But understand you empower all others just by you being your authentic self. So do not be afraid of expressing your truth with others, with society. Be you, be unapologetically you. And it's the power of the heart, dear one. Get in touch more with your heart center. Because, dear one, you are living more in your mind at the moment. And this living in the ego minds in ways of controlling your reality has helped you keep you safe, has allowed abundance to flow to you to a certain point, has shaped your reality to a certain point. But you are required now to be vulnerable, to bring the wisdom to your operating center is in your heart center, dear one. So instead of thinking through of what to do next or where to go, surrender into the power of your heart. This is the next step for you, harnessing the power of your heart, dear one. And we know this can be painful, and we know that this can be triggering for you, and certain things can come up because of this, but this is what is required for you if you want to fully harness your true potentiality, is to be vulnerable in the heart space, because this is where your power lies. This is where the guidance will come from. So sit and open your heart and surrender. And yes, allow the emotions to come up. Reconnect yourself to the power of the love, the power of source essence within you. Communicate with you through your heart space. And yes, it might require you to step out of your comfort zone here. And if you can do that, if you can take that first step in listening to the guidance that comes to you, no matter how small or no matter how large it is, you'll create a momentum, and then you receive more guidance. And yes, each step may become more difficult, a perception of difficulty, because you'll be asked to push past your fears, step out of your comfort zone. But this is where true magic lies. Dear one.
Thank you.
Believe in the guidance that comes to you. There's a part of you that you judge your abilities. You feel cut off to your intuition. But you are not. It is about being in the present and trusting the guidance. And it might be not what you expect. It might be not what you want to hear. But understand, you do not see the full picture. If you take each step, be courageous in each step, the rest will unfold magically, most expansively. So trust in the power of you and the power of your heart. For it is here where you can tap into the magic within you and your gifts. Yes, your gifts do come from expression, from verbal expression. But you can start with written expression and understand that you have the awareness of the multiverse within you, wisdom of the universe, waiting to be expressed from within you in your own unique way, and let go of comparisons, dear one. You are to express it in your own unique way, dear one.
Thank you so much.
Dear one. Believe in yourself like we believe in you. You are one, dear one. Is there any other questions today, dear ones?
Yes. Can you tell us, because you're apparently like the holder of all the secrets of God and holder of secrets of the universe, as I read on Google. Can you tell us a secret about Source or God that we need to know now?
Oh, you do make me laugh. And it is in humor and it is through love that we come through today. Dear one, it's about letting go of the labels as such and the secrets of the universe and source. All those secrets can be found within you by you trusting your divine wisdom. Because you are source. Source is code, is a frequency of itself from a single point origin, wanting to experience life, wanting to expand itself. And the only way to expand itself is to create other versions of it. And that's why you are here, dear one. Understand that all the secrets of the universe is within you. You can tap into the code. You shape the code. The code is expressed all within you and outside of you. You are here and you are existing in many planes of existence. So it's about raising your perception, and then you receive more wisdom. Because you ask, tell us the secrets of source. This is all you need to know, dear one, because that's all there is. Understand that oneness is the truth and the only truth. And it is the secret of all that is. Not so much secret anymore, but it is through oneness, through understanding that you are source in every way. Even your body is source. You can shift your vessel, shift anything that you ingest through frequency. You can create and connect with all others throughout the universe through frequency. There are many practices, many tools of ascension here. And it's just one step at a time as you raise your frequency, dear one. Is there any other questions, dear ones?
Hi.
Hello, dear one.
I have a couple of questions, but I don't know. I guess I'll ask this one. I was reading like that some what they call like bodhisattva saints, they don't pass into nirvana, which is returning completely into source, I suppose. And they vow to come back and help all beings to awaken to their true nature of oneness, I imagine. And until cyclic existence is over, and so incarnation into birth, sickness, old age, and death, that kind of cyclic existence, which I imagine is the cyclic existence of amnesia, kind of, until that's over. So they vow to come back again and again to help beings awaken to their oneness. Is that just a particular motivation of a group consciousness, or is that like is that a certain evolution of the universe is to end up that nobody returns to an amnesia existence?
It depends on the collective, dear one. Yes, there are groups of you, soul groups amongst you, that choose to come back time and time again in your perception of linear time with the role to expand others to expand collectives. You have labeled these as your light workers and your star seeds and different groups in between. So understand here that everyone has free will and you have a choice to return once again. Understand there are many paths to source realization, and when you go back to non-physical, you return back to the source and choose to experience life again. And there are many realms of, we would say, dimensions in the non-physical. And there are tensions there due to the creation of that unique frequency of the one. There are, we would say, soul contracts, which you call as in your terminology, intentions to assist aspects of the one, collectives of the one. And there were some who choose to come for a brief moment, choose not to come back in this reality. Perhaps they choose to go back to source consciousness only for a brief experience, but understand that you are expressing life in many different realms of existence, many dimensions of reality. So we would say there are some amongst you. You have called these your saints, your ascended masters, gods and goddesses, however you like to label it. And they have had a purpose, a mission from their creation to be of service, to assist, to expand others. And understand because they were at a certain frequency, a certain mission, then that mission continues throughout many lives. They were created for this purpose. There are some that with every life they live have this mission of expanding all that is. But there are many different groups. And yes, this particular group of beings, these teachers, these way showers, who are created for this purpose, they have a frequency within them allows them to return to remembrance, from amnesia to remembrance in a, we would say, a faster, we would say, a way than many others do because of their purpose of creation. So when they come into our physical reality, they're already at a heightened frequency and they come through certain programs. They allow their physical bodies to be created with certain essences, certain codes, certain DNA, to allow them to get to that trajectory, to allow them to express their wisdom, to remember their wisdom. And you all have this potential within you. So understand here, there is no hierarchy. There is no being that's more advanced than you. You only like to perceive this because you're attached to duality. And we wish to teach you, if you want to remember your God state, you are to let go of this hierarchy. Yes, there are beings that have these creation purposes to expand all that is, to ignite the awakening in others. But you can be one of those people too, those beings too. If you believe there's only a certain few that has this wisdom, then you'll forever see yourself in a limited nature. And yes, there are certain traditions that teach this hierarchy. But understand all beings are just playing a role. We are just playing a role with you. Yes, we're coming through in a perception of duality because you align to these belief systems. And as long as you are attached to perceptions of duality, we will honor that role for you. But if you want to remember that you are God, you're required to see the God in all, and the perfection in all. And yes, it might seem to be a bit more unexciting to know that you are all equal, but this is the truth of who you are. You seek the answers to these questions because you see yourself as somewhat more advanced than you, more enlightened than you. But understand here that all these answers are within you. It is part of human conditioning to seek out answers from outside of yourself, to know all the secrets of the universe from outside of yourself. But understand all the secrets is you. The magic of the universe is you. D1. And yes, you can be specific and ask your questions. But you would like to honor the role of the God that you are here. That these cycles that you speak of, yes, these cycles of going back into amnesia, into remembrance, is part of a human paradigm of expansion. Certain collective contracts that the collective chose to explore life through. Is a polarity system of amnesia, of expansion, through consciousness, through, we would say, periods of time and space, and astrological alignments, rising of the divine feminine and masculine consciousness, programs of the human experience. But understand here that the cycles of time, the cycles of amnesia and remembrance were aligned to a third dimension reality experience. Who you are as the collective has shifted. And these paradigms of remembrance, of amnesia, are aligned to a human experience in a it would say, a particular format, in a particular frequency. But you as a collective have shifted. You are shifting beyond the human nature. And because you are shifting beyond the human nature, beyond a third dimensional perspective, beyond a third dimensional expression, because you're activating more aspects of your DNA within your very vessel, because you are activating the galactic aspects of you within your vessel, within your DNA, it's creating energetic changes throughout your whole being, through the whole network of you as you. And because you have shifted and are going through this transition, we would say these cycles of remembrance, of amnesia, has forever changed, has shifted, because the human collective has shifted. And as you shift in frequency, all the programs shift accordingly. They expand. Think of it as master games here, master game levels. You have played your life through, and now you're ready as a collective in this stage to remember your oneness self. So because of this, these roles, these cycles have now shifted and have changed to align to the consciousness of that of the human in the now. You are a hybrid, let's just say. You are created with different DNA of here, of the stars, frequencies of all that is within you. And this was divinely planned to happen at this time. It's part of your evolution as a species, for you to forget, for you to discover who you are, one dimension at a time, for you to explore density, dimensions, for you to know what it is to fear, only to remember that there is love, for you to feel the contrast, for you to create through the contrast. Understand here that the fact that you can experience your creation and be the creators of it is a highly advanced expression, but you are shifting. And the time of the only the select few being the ascended masters here, being a selected group of ray showers, is being transmuted, for you are all that. You have all the potential to be that in this reality. So know that this power is within you. D1. Is there any other questions today, dear ones?
I just have a quick one. I'm just so curious. So earlier we were talking, you guys were right there. I got two energetic frequencies, but one of them, and there was the first time I ever saw this, but I saw gray and white colors as an energetic download. And usually I see a lot of colors, and I know there's some kind of significance with it because all colors have a frequency. And I was just wondering if you could share anything around this.
Understand here that colors are frequency. So you are seeing more aspects of frequencies here. You are starting to see the building blocks of source codes. Understand that the creation of all that was through sound and light, through rays of creation. And yes, these rays of creation has been refracted, let's just say, and it's allowed it to have many different colors. And these colors are perceived by you in certain relatable definitions of the description, and you've called these colors and shades. You are seeing the refracted light of all that is. Light is a technology, such as sound. This is why tapping into certain colors can assist you in your creation. You are starting to see beyond the third dimensional reality. You are seeing the building blocks of frequency. But understand here that colors can only be seen in a polarity system, but it's through creation. And because you are expressing life in physicality, you get to explore and be creative with colors. Yes, and you are seeing points of your existence, dimensions. You are seeing portals to other points of existence. And it's these very portals that reside within you. And what fun it is that you get to see this creation. You get to see energy in physical form, in physical structures. So we would ask you to communicate with these and understand that you are able to tap in to points of all that is, to access different points of view in the multiverse, different points of creation beyond time and space. And because you are attached to duality consciousness, this has reflected in your outer realities. And because you have adopted such beliefs, you can see now these portals in your outer reality. Because it's honored your belief systems. So the next point for you, dear one, is to see the oneness aspect of it, to see that this portal is also reflected within you. And this is the key here for you to further access this portal. Communicate with it. Ask it what it wishes to show you. Ask it, where is this portal within me? The one that I see outside of me, where does it reside within me? Communicate, ask for the gateway here, ask for the key here. And understand that these portals that you see in your reality, in non-physical and in physical ways, are gateways to the multiverse, to all that is. Interact with it, for all is energy. It is intelligent, for all source code is intelligent. Understand all energy is intelligent. You can communicate with all energy. Even the in-between spaces is intelligent. All that is intelligent. What you think is physical matter is intelligent. All that is intelligent because it's energy. It's a different type of energy if it does not have a life force, but it is still energy. And all energy is still intelligent. And it still consists of source code in one form or another. So communicate with these dimensions, with these portals. Understand there might be other dimensional aspects of you and beings of the universe that can access through this portal, because in these portals that you see outside of you creates a moment in your time-space continuum where the density becomes lessened, where we would say there becomes a point between all dimensions where beings can travel through. They're able to change their frequency to such a point where they can access your dimension reality. But understand too that these dimensions are within you. They all run through your, what you call as your chakra system. So as you communicate with these outer dimensions, you'll be able to find the answers on what and which dimensions it relates to, which chakra it relates to within you. But all roads lead to the heart. So connect your heart energies with these dimensions and understand that your heart becomes a flashlight, so to speak. And interact with it in every single way. Don't be afraid of these dimensions, for they are for you. And as you open your heart to them, they will expand also, dear one. And how great it is that you are seeing beyond your physical reality, that you're starting to see the descriptors of source code. You're able to see the colors, dear one. Yes, colors have particular meanings, particular rays of creation. So understand here that the colors that you have seen in relations to this portal means that there is a portal through the density of fear that bridges higher dimensions. Dear one.
So you said that source code, so polarity created all is the expansion, right? The separate from source from one. And color, so when the act of separation, that's when color existed? Because I know everything is perception anyways, but you said something that I just was curious around, but something around polarity and color.
Understand that color and frequency only exists beyond single point source origin.
Okay.
In single point source origin, there is no color. There is just isness. There is just light, but it's colorless light. It is an energy that is invisible.
Oh,
and
okay.
as source wanted to expand itself, it creates versions of itself. It created rays, such as the Elohim, to create dimensions, to create universes. And within those rays of light, it was able to, it's because of the dimensional existences, because of the shape of the dimensions, the light refracted itself to create further dimensions, further existence, further realities. So let's just say it's source code through polarity, through refraction that allows the expansion of all that is. So for you to see colors in your current state, you are able to, you're interpreting frequency accordance to, we would say, programs of your collective, such as a common consciousness that you've all adopted, such as the color of trees, for instance, the color of sky. You've all adopted this belief, so you do now all see similar colors in this way. But in terms of non-physical energy, you are tapping into the fractal nature of energy. But understand that the fractal nature of energy shifts according to the alchemizing effect. When it changes from one frequency to another, it can be refracted. And the combinations of these, we would say, these codes, these colors can form new colors and new expressions. So understand that, yes, certain colors hold certain vibrations, but understand that colors are forever changing, forever shifting. It's just that you in your human eyes perceive color to be more stable, more stagnant. When you see a tree, you may only see the one color, but in higher truth, all things shift colors for its energy, and all energy is not stagnant. It's just because of your belief systems in relations to solid matter that shapes an expression, a shared expression of physical realities for the collective. If you can let go of what colors truly are and what energy truly is, and allow yourself to see beyond the physical structures, you will start to open your eyes further to these fractals of expression. You'll be able to see the changing colors in your environment. To let go of the labels that to see a flower means a certain color. To see a tree branch means green. To see water means blue. If you can shift your belief systems and let go of these conditionings, you'll start to open yourself up more to the world of non-physical, being able to see the fractal energies changing and reflecting. So by you seeing this in a portal shows that you are seeing the energy shifts that creates the portal, the bridge between the physical and the non-physical, shifting through dimensions of fear. And when we say fear, we mean density energies, which is something that you have attached to and the collective is attached to. So it's just representative of the energies in this reality of your dimensional reality. So it's just a cause and effect of frequency shifting, of changing. Just like energy, all colors shift because all experience and all energies refracts upon itself. And it is a frequency of creation. So communicate, it is intelligent. And it is in this exploration where you can further tap into and harness the abilities and the techniques of harnessing light for creation purposes, for tapping into the magic of the universe, the magic within you.
Thank you so much. That was really, really helpful. And I will ask where that portal is within me because it's a map. And thank you for giving that suggestion of all energy has intelligence to it. And I'll try to soften my beliefs a little bit at a time in this paradigm of the 3D construct. So thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
D1. Understand that you are guiding you every step of the way in all your multidimensional natures. Even the guidance that comes to you, maybe from a future self, a version of you on another planet, could be one of us that you've called beings of light. But understand that we are one and the same, just playing different roles in polarity to assist you in your evolution, to assist the evolution of oneness. So you are shifting, and understand the technologies are shifting within you to allow more access to this remembrance, to these abilities within you. But it does require you to let go of control. It does require you to be more in the present moment, to practice seeing beyond your physical eyes, by seeing that you are energy, you are divine energy. And you can tap into the energy of all that is. When you set your intentions, you shift energy. There is evidence in your sciences that this is true. Sciences has proven that your intentions can change physical matter. This is just one example of the power of who you are, the power of frequency. So open your senses to frequency, open your senses to the colors of light. Make your intention to see beyond the colors, to see beyond a third dimensional perspective. Start to see the energy between all things, the energy of all that is. If you relax your eyes, you may practice this. If you place your hand in front of you, what do you see? Do you see emptiness and then you see your hand? This would be perhaps the first perspective here. But did you know that there is no empty space? Did you know there is energy circulating and vibrating in all this space? Your attention has been on the hand, but understand that you can also place your attention to the in-between space. You have been conditioned as species to look at the hand and not the in-between space. So you can quiet the mind. You can place the focus on the space between you and the hand. What do you see? What do you feel? Do you see swirlings of energy? Do you see atoms? Do you feel a temperature? A magnetic feeling? What is it that you perceive? What is it that you feel? What if you were to move your hands to interact with this energy? What do you feel now? Do you feel a change in density? Do you feel a change in energy? Do you feel a change in temperature? It's about retraining your brain and your senses to see beyond the physical sight, to see the in-between of things, to see the energy between all things. Your hand is a sensor. All aspects of you are sensors, are receptors. You are a giant antennas to the power of the universe, to all that is. And your hand is also a receptor. Can you now look at your hand and see beyond the physical structure of your hand? Can you relax your eyes and see beyond the physical wall of your hand? What do you see? What if you were to tell yourself that your hand was another color? Now what do you see?
It is another color. I can actually smell something different in my palm of my hand.
You see it is your beliefs that creates your experience and a collective experiences. What if you were to tell your hand that your hand is pink? Have the belief that your hand is pink. You'll find that
It
the
is.
atoms will shift accordingly to reflect that. It takes practice because, of course, your beliefs tell you that your hand must look a certain way. It must behave in a certain way. But if you can shift your beliefs to that of energy, and that energy is never stagnant. So you are never stagnant. And the colors that creates a perception of you and the structures that creates the aspects of you can also change. And it does change. Who you are is completely different to who you are yesterday. You know in your sciences that your cells shift, they regenerate. That is that of energy. It is never stagnant. Move your fingers. What do you feel? Do you feel a sense of magnetism when you move your fingers apart? Do you feel a temperature change? Do you feel a magnetic sense within your hands? What is the sensation? Open your senses. It is just practice by knowing that all is energy, that you have the power to shift energy because you are the magicians here. You are the wizards. You are source creators. So go play. What do you see now? What do you feel now? Is there a change?
Yes.
What do you see, D1? What do you feel, D1?
So all day today, for some reason, my hands were smelling like the Indian henna, and they were just like red palms. I've never had such bright red palms before. Everything below was just yellow and the palms are red. And I could just smell like wedding hands. And now after you said, and I started moving my hands and fingers, the smell just changed to just nothingness. Just still a tinge of smell of the wedding henna, but then it's just nothingness. Smells like nothing.
It's about shifting your perspectives beyond the physical structures by knowing that you are shifting in every moment, for you are not stagnant beings. You are not physical beings, only a perception of it. Even your sciences know that you are atoms, that you are 99.999 energy. Your science is even showing you of who you are. Of course, there's much to go here in this understanding of who you are in your sciences. But who you are is energy, is divine energy. So practice seeing beyond the physical structures to see the truth of who you are. And be aware of the stimulus from all areas of your environment. For all areas of your environment and your reality is divine in nature, is intelligent in nature, honoring roles for you, honoring your beliefs, honoring your soul contracts, playing the roles with each other, expanding all that is, triggering you, allowing you to grow, teaching you. So practice seeing the truth of frequency. You can do this. You can imprint anything. You can change the structure of water just through your intentions. And because you can do that, you can change the structure within you. Because you are created with water, in your vessel, you have a large ratio of water. You know that you're affected by the moon, such as the oceans. Can you see the comparisons here? that energy affects you and you affect change with energy, with your intentions, with your emotions. The most powerful way to change and create in your reality is through heart energies. Expanding your heart. Your heart is a portal. Communicating. Understand that you can use your heart as a giant receptor here, as a communicator. Bring all these emotions within your heart center. Bring all your doubts and all your questions about you and your reality within your heart center and ask the question. This is like, you would say, a universal microphone that resides within your heart center. And this is where you remember your truth and remember why you were here. You are magic. You are the universe and you are all that is. Is there any other questions before we finish here today, dear ones? It is with such love that we come through today to remind you of who you are, to remind you that the magic is within you, that your reality is a reflection of your intentions, of your will, of divine will, of co-creation. And you can affect change through your intentions, through the inner portal system, through you using divine alchemy to shift and unite dimensions of you, to attract higher dimensions of you into this reality, to activate more wisdom into your conscious awareness, to activate more of the powers of your multidimensionality and all expressions of you in your current form. You have all this power. You have the key because you are God. You've always had the key. So remember who you are. Remember that you are love. Remember that you are magic. Remember that you have the power of your multidimensional nature in your hands, in your heart, within you. It is with love that we come through today. Until next time, farewell.